Hi, welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Today I've pulled some cards for the collective watching this video to cover the energy of Sagittarius season. It started on November 21st and goes until winter solstice on December 21st. Now, Sagittarius is the fire energy. It's ruled by Jupiter, so hope, optimistic, great ideas. It's also the lifelong student, always wanting to learn new things. So I'm using the card deck Keepers of the Light Oracle. And my guides told me to actually cover a card for each of the energies. So 3 cards. What are we learning? What are we expanding? And what is true? That Sagittarius higher truth. So the first card I pulled was, what are we learning? And I got Mary Magdalene, the teacher awakens. Now the card says, you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. What I got was, you learn by teaching. And I knew this, in school. They said if you want to remember, a lesson, something from class, you teach it to somebody else. As a kid, I used to do this with my stuffed animals, and I would just line them up and I would teach them. And then conveniently, I just remembered more of the material, and then it made me a good test taker. So yes, teaching other people, sharing your wisdom and knowledge. Mary Magdalene was a wonderful teacher right alongside the great master Jesus. And so she was using the heart-led wisdom to share with other people in a way that was easy to receive. So teach, share your knowledge and wisdom. You'll learn. It's like when you give advice to your friend, it opens you up to channel and have those aha moments where something really great comes through and you're like, well, I don't know where that came from, but that was really good advice. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to listen to that. And that's where you can learn by teaching, helping, sharing with somebody else, and get your own guidance and wisdom too to come through. Up next, what are we expanding? I got the Master Buddha card, increased awareness, deep connection, and trust your inner voice. Now, Buddha was all about going within. His teachings were about the inner God within all of us. It's not about giving your power away to someone else, which is interesting since my business is finding your inner sensei. And he's saying expand your inner knowledge, your inner voice, your inner connection, expanding the God within you. And that means you have to cut out distractions. You have to make time to go within to actually hear that voice and not just cover it up with, streaming and, social media and, these other distractions. Also, it's about trusting your inner voice. So not looking to other people for the answers. Now, with this, you can expose yourself to perspectives, information. I read a ton of books. I follow spiritual people, online. It doesn't mean everything is true for me. It doesn't mean everything resonates. That's where you take the time to go within and say, okay, what I just read or just what I, video I watched, does that actually feel true for me? And it may or may not, and that's okay. So it's not just blindly, listening to the voice of everyone else just because they say that they're spiritual or they have their own experiences. That might not be your truth. So go within, expand your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom. Up next, we got what is true. And the card that I got was Lady Venus, which is interesting because it literally says truth is being revealed. So what is true is being revealed, which is interesting when you look, obviously, what's happening in the world today. A lot of truths are coming to light, and that's not always pretty. Things that have been hidden in the shadows, Scorpio season, now being brought to life and seeing the truth, Sagittarius season. And when that comes forward, that often can come with chaos and conflict and, being disillusioned and going, oh my gosh, I thought this person was honest and trustworthy, and now it turns out that maybe they're not. So truth is being revealed. So it also says deep insights are coming from heaven in the astral realm. What that's saying is deep wisdom, truth, insights are coming from the spiritual side of things, not the human ego-led things, the things that are, covered by potentially shame and secrets and, hiding things. This is about coming from your higher self, your soul, your spirit team, your spirit guides, your ancestors, the ones that are of love and light and pure truth vibration. Again, making space for that, getting quiet with it, meditating, however that looks like, moving meditations, walking, doing the walk and talks, allowing things to channel, journaling, pulling your own cards and such. But getting that download and understandings and insights and truths from something other than just, social media or, mainstream news and such. You're not necessarily going to find the truth there. However, collectively, yes, truths are coming to light, and we're seeing that and the consequences of that. So that is the energy of Sagittarius season. Let me know how this resonates with you and how it's showing up for you. Me personally, it totally makes sense because I am in the process of creating the Akashic Records course to teach people how to access their records. I've been doing it one-on-one with clients for a while now, but I want to expand that and teach it in a group setting, either online via Zoom, in person. Still working all that out. But if you have some interest in that, shoot me an email. And you actually could, help me create that course as to like what would be the best format or days of the week or times. Like, I'm open for that kind of stuff. In the meantime, this week, check out my 1 week only sales for soul support. I've discounted several of my services, even the very big one, the soul healing bundle. So check that out and get the guidance and support that you need.